Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Emerge. Can I just tell y'all how much I have missed you guys since last week? It's true. I enjoy your feedback that we get. I enjoy the questions that I'm asked, and I'm sure Deshana and Dorothea feel the same way. And most of all, I love learning from our outstanding guests. They just have so much to offer us and tell us, and we can learn through their experiences. And I hope you guys realize that we're doing more than just interviewing our business owners and entrepreneurs. This is showing our listeners, all of us actually, how many people take risks, start businesses, help the economy, employ people, give back to their communities, and these people put themselves out there for us. So this show is more than just interviews. It is the premier source and showcase for the world to know how amazing and impactful small businesses are. Today, we speak with the owner of 1865 Brewing, William Billy Comer, and owner of Quartz Academy, Ronald Quartz. And we also, of course, cannot miss out on Deshana's 2 cents about finances and Dorothea's divine decisions. So it's a packed show today, and I just can't wait. But of course, first, let's go to the CEO Corner. Welcome to the CEO Corner. So I have had this amazing opportunity to come to Harvard Kennedy School for 3 weeks and learn. I am currently here right now as we are doing this show. And I was accepted into the senior executives in state and local government and received a scholarship to attend. How amazing. What an honor. I'm so excited. When I was accepted, fear instantly came over me, right? I was like, oh my gosh, like I got into Harvard and I have to go to Harvard, like Harvard people. Or should I say, maybe not like fear, but doubt. So I was like, oh my gosh, am I smart enough? OMG, am I going to be in a room full of all of these amazing people from around the world, and they're going to know all of these things that I'm not going to know? And will I be able to keep up, or will I be impressive to these people? I mean, there were so many questions, but I had to talk that doubt away. Like, Tiffany, you are here to learn. You got accepted for a reason. It doesn't matter where everyone else is, just as long as you know where you are and where you want to go and what you want to achieve by coming to this place. So there's just some tips on how to overcome. And notice, I want you to notice, I didn't say eliminate, because doubt will creep in no matter what. So we want to be realistic, but I want you to recognize when it creeps in, and I want you to know how to overcome it. So this is how. Tip 1, do worst case scenario exercises. Ask yourself, what are you really afraid of? What's the worst that could happen? You remember all those questions I asked myself about before I even got here? Tip 2, recognize expectations. Consider, are your expectations realistic? Tip 3, learn from your mistakes. So I did make a mistake. I didn't read one of the readings that we had, and the professor called on me, of course, only when you don't do the reading. And that was my mistake, right? I didn't allot enough time to read the material, take my notes, and to be able to give a great comment back. But I learned from it. Now I make more time, make sure I do all my readings, even though it's a lot. And tip 4, appreciate your experience. So I'm only in my 2nd week out of 3, right? And it has been amazing. Like, I don't even know how to describe what situation I'm in right now, but it's like a lot of hard work. It's a lot of emotions. It's a lot of different perspectives and opinions, and we're all state and local, either public servants or administrators. There's a lot of police chiefs. There's a lot of fire chiefs. Like, so we're just a conglomerate of all of these people in politics from different levels, from different places. I mean, I have people from like Colorado, Arkansas. We have someone from America, Samoa. We have somebody, we have two people from Ireland. So it's just great. We have someone from Ukraine. So it's great to hear all of these different perspectives, but it's a lot to soak in and to be able to filter through it and, you know, make it into something that can affect me and make me better, right? So there's lots of readings, like I said, and I have to network and build relationships with 73 other individuals. Otherwise, what is the point of being here? But I can do it. I got one more week. Well, really 2 weeks, right? So my tip is to overcome your self-doubt if you followed all of that. And I'm Tiffany Boyle, and that's my tip from the CEO Corner. Up next, we speak with William Billy Comer, owner of 1865 Brewing and B&B Contracting, LLC. Little known fact, 1865 Brewing Company is the first Black-owned brewery in Hampton Roads. That's right. Hello, we are here with William and Rodney, owners of 1865 Brewery. We are so excited to talk with you guys today and really just go over how you guys got started, what you guys do business-wise other than 1865, and what got you into doing 1865 Brewery. So let's start with you, William, and just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes. So 1865 launched a year. We actually opened our doors July the 26th of last year, but we've actually moved in this space about 2 years now because we decided to venture during COVID, which is definitely was some trying times as far as opening the doors, but we got past it. We originally got this building. I was looking at this building, doing a walkthrough because it was going to be potentially something else, maybe like a lounge or something. And I got to thinking about it and, jokingly asked to do the build out for a percentage of the building. I mean, as far as the business. When he told me the ideas, I was like, nah, I don't think I want to do that. So they actually backed out of it. And then myself and Rodney came on board to do 1865. And you know what it stands for, Emancipation Proclamation.
Explain, because everybody might not know significance in your name.
So 1865 stands for Emancipation Proclamation. We named the brewery because, one, it was so close to Fort Monroe, where they first enslaved, freed slaves, right there on that beach. And it's an emancipation tree right there in Fort Monroe. So we thought it was something to do, that's commemorable to, what happened in our ancestry. To do, one, we're the first Black-owned brewery in the coastal Virginia. We make up less than 1%. So we said, you know what, let's do this and let's have a meaning behind it outside of just, being in the history books. Let it stand for something. And I think we've done a good job, to say the least.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Rodney Malone. And like Billy Williams said, even though the Emancipation Proclamation actually was signed in 1863. The freed slaves really actually didn't know they were free until 1865 when I guess Congress said, hey, the end of the war and slavery is, official, blah, blah, blah. So like he said, being so close to Fort Monroe, and that's where the free slaves, was a safe haven for them. Kind of like Ellis Island in New York when people came from other countries. We thought it was a good twist for this area, with Jamestown and Yorktown and all, right here in the thick of, a lot of history, for Blacks here. So that's where our name came from.
Well, thank you for that education because I did not know that. And I was just there, last week at your wonderful mixer. So do y'all want to talk about that, what we've had out there last week?
I think that was I think you missed that. You was out of town. So Emerge has a great networking mixer. It was some of everyone here as far as professionals, I think Bobby Scott was here as well. But it actually was one of those things, and it was a big hit as far as that. So we plan to do it once a month, guys, right?
Yeah, every fourth Wednesday. Yeah, it was pretty great. So I appreciate you guys opening up your place to do things like you guys have trivia night, game night,
Sure.
we're doing the business networking event. And I think that's really important to bring that back because networking in itself kind of died out during the pandemic. And, there's an art to networking and us bringing our social skills back, being able to do our elevator pitches and just introducing ourselves to random people is super important for entrepreneurs and business owners all over. So I appreciate you guys working with us to have a successful business networking event as well.
We agree wholeheartedly. So,
I feel like that just shows the difference between Tiffany and I. And I'm all for networking, but I'm also about good food. And let me just tell you, that flatbread I had was on point. It was really, really good. So to all our listeners, you can go get a nice networking session, but you can also get some really good food. Let me tell you.
Along with the beer, right?
Good. It was good.
Yeah, it was her first time in, right?
Yes.
So you haven't had our wings and fries and
no. See, I got to get back for all of that.
Yeah, so you have to. It's yeah. Good. It's definitely good.
So you guys have plans on expanding, or we're going to say emerging 1865 or doing other things outside of 1865?
Absolutely. So we definitely going to try to build this brand and build it to scale. So that includes distribution, getting in front of just some grassroots marketing, get in front more of the public eye, because people still come here and we've been open a year and they don't even know we still exist. So somewhere, we're not getting in front of enough people. So our goal is to get in front of more people, and have our beer in a lot more households being that we're canning now. So you guys can continue. And then we got merch and all that stuff too, but we just trying to get into, in that arena, as far as getting
now that you guys are canning, and maybe for those that are listening who are thinking about starting a beverage, product, canning is like getting it canned at a manufacturer, right? Are you guys canning yourself or do you have someone canning it for you?
Canning ourselves.
Oh, awesome. That is so cool. I want to see it. Whenever you're canning, let me know. And then, so do you guys sell to grocery stores or you're going to start getting into that?
Yeah, we're going to get into that. When we first opened, Trader Joe's reached out to us as soon as we opened the doors and asked where we can. And at that time, we were not, but now we are. So we'll probably reach back in to see about going into those stores. We are in some restaurants. I can't name them all. I know it's a bookstore on High Street. April owns that. And I know I just stumbled in All Shucks after my nephew's graduation. We were on tap there too. So
cool.
We're in a couple places at the Hilton too. We're there. We're at the Landing as well. So we're in a couple spots.
That's awesome. So how did you guys even learn how to do this? What was the research growing process?
The research of brewing,
having a restaurant, or starting a restaurant.
Here's the honest answer. This is rodeo as far as the restaurant industry, and we're learning.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not an easy thing, but we're not quitters. We're successful in all the businesses, and that didn't happen overnight. So we kind of was equipped to it. It's definitely time consuming, and a lot of heart and soul goes into presentation and marketing and making sure you're putting out a stellar product. You know what I mean? And customer service. And we try to treat everybody, and we do. our edge is we're entrepreneurs and we're successful entrepreneurs. So we're people, pleasers anyway. So we listen and then we adjusted. People wanted more than flatbreads. So we gave them more than flatbread. They wanted wings and everything, but we still want to concentrate on the beer itself because we're a brewery at the end of the day. So I want you to come in and try, our seltzers and, our 1865, our Freedom Ale, and we got a nice Kill Bill, Triple Belgium that's on top now. It's like a 9.5 ABV. We know of the product, but we're not the brewers. We hire our brewer is now. He could probably guide you as far as the process. Him and his brewer assistant, Devontae, which is my nephew and Rodney's son. So
nice, very nice.
We also, if you get tired of sitting downstairs and drinking all of that good beer and eating all the good flatbreads, we do have our 1865 lounge upstairs, which it's a cigar lounge. And so you're able to come up, smoke a cigar, relax. You can purchase cigars. You can have drinks up here, and it's a membership as well. So we're trying to corner all the angles, capture all the angles, I should say.
Oh, I didn't know it was a membership. So what's included in the membership?
So the membership includes you got your own key fob, your access up here. We're trying to regulate some of the hours. It was 24 hours, but I mean, some people get off work late and they want to come in and smoke. So we got, just tier memberships. After we vet you, we don't let anybody in with that. It's got a key fob, but we kind of program your fob to tailor to you. We have your own concierge, which if you call and let us know how many guests, we'll go ahead and try to cater some stuff for you, and she'll greet you and know what you drank and all that. So that's what we lean into. So we're developing that now.
Very nice.
We also have the private parties.
Oh yeah, we do private parties and all that. People rent out this place, and we cater that as well. So it's a lot to offer, as far as, things to do. And you don't have to get the whole section. You can get it by the room. You can get about an hour. And, and we've been pretty successful with, having events up here, and everybody love it. Everybody that comes here love it. You've been up here,
I wasn't told about the membership piece, so I don't have my own key fob. Like,
now you know.
Right. Like, where I want a key fob.
Okay, I got
you. I'm talking about I won't be there all hours at night. My bedtime is 9 p.m.
What you just getting dressed coming out was 9? Oh, I'm sleeping. Back room.
What? After 8:30? Oh no. So if you are just tuning in, you're listening to Emerge here on WHOV 88.1, also on iHeartRadio, and we are talking with the owners of 1865 Brewery, located in Hampton, Virginia. William Comer and Rodney, lost the last name.
Malone.
Thank you. I'm so sorry, Rodney. Yes. It's been a long day. And so we're just joking about how they didn't invite me to be a member of 1865, but it's okay. It's all right.
So there's an 1865 mug club that you can be a member of, and an 1865 cigar lounge membership that you can be a member of.
What is the mug club like? Where you get up early and have coffee?
No.
Oh,
just make up something, Tiffany. Just let the man answer the question.
So you get your mug, it'll say Tiff on it or your nickname.
Ooh.
The mug stays here, but every time you come in, you get half off of any beer that's on tap. So yeah.
Really?
It kind of pays for itself, and it builds a good rapport and some customer loyalty. So, and we want to thank you for coming out, because Hampton is kind of far for a lot of people, and traffic and tunnels. But if you're on the side, it's just a plus.
Right. No, that's awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, can you guys share with us how we can get in contact with you and 1865 as well?
Sure. So we're available, preferably by email. It'll be info@1865brewco.com. So all our correspondence go through there, go through the management and Tony, which is our event liaison. So a lot of people already know Tony and knows the stellar work that she does for us and with planning and making sure everything and staffing and all that stuff. And you also can reach out to the brewery phone at 1865 Brewing Co. on Instagram. We also on Facebook, 1865 Brewing Company. So we can, you can reach us on all social media and Twitter too. And we're located 9 South Mallory in the Phoebus area, right near Mango Girl. So that's the focal point because everybody knows where Mango is. So we said we're right here. We're right next door.
Right around the corner. Yes. So last question, probably like the hardest question you guys will ever have to answer in your life is, are you ready for it?
Sure.
Okay. What does the word emerge mean to you?
Emerge for me means birth. That means
right.
We can emerge from the depths of the sea, from the dirt, we can emerge from space, but ultimately emerge and will be seen and heard. That's what it means to me.
I like it. I've never gotten emerge from space before, so you are the first person to answer that way. Thank you, Rodney. All right, William, I don't know how you're going to top that.
That was different. My goal is not to top that. Goal is, I guess, to stay in the game. So emerge for me would be emerging from a dominated industry. So you can notice 1865 as far as emerging from being shadowed by all these big beer companies. And as you can notice, as far as the breweries and the local guys in the 757, not just 1865, but other small breweries, because it's an uphill battle. And they've had the market cornered for a long time. So emerge would be brand recognition for me.
Emerge.
Of 1865.
Emerging into existence.
Yes.
1865.
Yes. Like the Phoenix.
Yes, that's pretty good.
Like the Phoenix.
Yeah. There you go. All right. So great. So please visit 1865 Brewing in Hampton, Virginia. Deshana, did you have anything left for them?
I feel like when I was there, he was talking about merch. I thought I saw some hats and I probably should have got one, but I can't wait to go back, get me a hat, try these wings. So when am I going to see you? Like, what is that? The fourth Tuesday? When is it? Fourth Wednesday?
Wednesday in July, which is July 27th. From 5 to 7, everybody. We'll be there. We truly enjoyed speaking with Billy. I just love 1865. And remember, Brew Networking happens every fourth Wednesday of the month at 5:30. So be there. After this break, we will hear from Dorothea and learn how to make a divine decision. But before that, pull out your cell phones, or if you're already on it, you can switch off and still listen to us. And follow us on social media at Emerge the Magazine. We want to hear from you. And I wonder what divine decision we will be making today.
You have a mission. It's no collision. Hold the phone. Don't text. You're angling to be next. Brothers and sisters, you won't see it coming. You're off the road. Your life explodes. It's not worth it. Don't do it. You only think there's nothing to it. Put it down, hang up, pay attention to highway action. Behind the wheel, there is no such thing as a small distraction. Join the conversation at decidetodrive.org, a public service message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
Hi, I'm Gina Pemberton, president of the National Hampton Alumni Association. Our time is now. This is our moment to define what being a Hamptonian really means. At a time when the relevancy and impact of HBCUs is without question, it's absolutely critical that we all engage, work together, and give back to our home by the sea. Engaging as an alumnus means to join your local alumni chapter, mentor a current student, and donate regularly. Join your local alumni chapter now, logging on to nhainc.org. Keep Hampton's legacy strong for generations to come. Keeping you informed, we are Smooth 88.1 WHOV.
Welcome to today's lottery drawing. And today's winning numbers are not yours, not yours, and another number that's not yours. And the final number is not yours.
When it comes to having money, don't rely on luck. Brew your own coffee at home instead of buying that latte. Brown bag it to work instead of ordering it. Go to feedthepig.org for more free ideas on how to save. Feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Welcome back. I'm Andrea Schuler, and you're tuned into WHOV 88.1 iHeartRadio, and you're listening to Emerge Wednesdays, the radio show that's all about entrepreneurs and business, and is the premier information source for business owners. We at Emerge aim to keep you informed and up to date. So if you're just tuning in, Tiffany and Deshana just spoke with William Billy Comer of B&B Contracting and the owner of 1865 Brewing Company. And if you don't know, 1865 Brewing Company is the first Black-owned brewery in Hampton Roads. They're located on Mallory Street in Hampton, and it's an amazing spot with an amazing vibe, great food, a very diversified crowd, and an awesome and welcoming staff. If you have not been to 1865 Brewing Company yet, I'm not sure what you're waiting for. Again, maybe you didn't know, but now you do. So look, if you want to catch up on Billy's interview, as well as any of our previously recorded episodes, you can do so by going to www.emergethemagazine.com. Okay, people, it's that time. My reality, your reality, is that we all operate through our life based on a series of decisions. So let's take a minute to think about what a decision is. The dictionary defines it as a conclusion or resolution reached after consideration. And divine, that means excellence. So we're making an excellent choice. With that being said, let's make the divine decision today to grow. Okay, so I won't pain you this week with the definition of the word grow. We all know and recognize the perception of growth. But to grow is a generalized term. So you say, if it's so general, why did I choose it for this week's divine decision? Well, I'm glad you didn't ask, but I'll tell you anyway. I want to specify growth as it pertains to a gain. How many of us know that just because you're 6'6" doesn't mean you're headed to the NBA? But that's perception. Another example, just because you're speaking to an adult doesn't mean you're guaranteed to have a mature conversation. So I'm talking about growing from where you currently are and on to the next step of your progression. You can make the decision on how much you will grow. Honestly, I mean, sometimes our own self-evaluations are self-destructing. We get discouraged or scared to take the next step. It's like the baby learning to walk, the bird whose mother shoved it out of the nest, or even the child who is riding their bike for the first time without training wheels. We can stifle our own growth due to fear. No, we can't always determine the magnitude of growth, but if we take that step, whether it be physically, mentally, or spiritually, we can determine the atmosphere and process for that growth to be possible. We can decide to grow from a small bulb into a beautiful rose, from a bush into a tree, and from mediocrity to excellence. We just have to set our minds to do so. I'll leave you with this statement. It's my best line for you today. And of course, from my favorite book, you guessed it, the Bible. And it reads like this. When I was a child, I spoke and thought and reasoned as a child. But when I grew up, I put away childish things. So today, join me. Let's take off into a new direction. Let's emerge together into our best life and make the divine decision to grow. Knowing this decision will ultimately help to shape and create a path that reflects a light of excellence in our lives. You're listening to Emerge Wednesdays on WHOV 88.1 iHeartRadio. And this, my friends, has been another divine decision with Dorothea. And you too can decide to be a part of Emerge Wednesdays by submitting your response to our signature question, what does the word emerge mean to you? Share that with us on our IG at Emerge the Magazine. This week's response is from George Stadler, Senior Systems Administrator from Manassas, Virginia. To me, it means rising to better yourself from whatever situation you were once in. Thanks, George. Sounds like growth to me. All right. So as we continue with Emerge Wednesdays, Deshana and Tiffany will be speaking with Ronald Courts, an extremely gifted and talented master musician who currently serves as the worship leader at Harvest Church, Newport News, Virginia. Mr. Ronald Courts is the proud founder and owner of Courts Academy, a music academy where he offers private piano, voice, and drum lessons for all experience levels and ages 5 and up. Ronald, a former music educator in the public school system from 2006 until 2021, decided to change the trajectory of his life when the pandemic hit. His teaching experience had become much different due to the implementation of virtual learning. This brought Ronald the realization that he saw his time had shifted and he had much more time to do the things that he really enjoyed while also making an income. As the school year came to a close, he decided he was going to step out and begin his own music academy, Courts Academy. He is approaching the anniversary of his first year this September, and it has been proven to be the best decision he's made. Wow, how inspiring. And what an example, an amazing example of someone choosing to emerge out of their current circumstances and into a brighter and more fulfilling future. And I can attest to his gifts and talents. I have been in regular attendance on Sunday mornings at Harvest Church, where Ronald faithfully blesses the congregation each and every Sunday. Emerge family, here's Tiffany and Deshana with Ronald Courts.
All right. Well, we are here with Ronald, and we are so excited to talk to him today. Ronald, just let us know a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am a Hampton University college grad in 2004, and I currently live in the Smithfield area, basically from about an hour and a half from the Hampton Roads area, Colonial Heights, Virginia, and moved here for college and just stuck around. And I've been doing my business now for about 15 years, but been full-time now for about a year.
So tell us about your business, Ronald.
So the business is Courts Academy. It is a music academy. Currently, we have 3 instruments that we offer. I've been teaching private lessons for off and on about 15 years. I taught in the public school system, music in the public school system for 15 years. And so on the side, I would do private lessons. Here recently, I decided to stop teaching full time and to go into business full time. And so now I offer voice lessons, piano lessons, as well as drum lessons.
Oh, I should have talked to you a long time ago. I have this baby grand in my living room that just watches me.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to hit you up. Like, I need piano lessons. Because what I've been doing is like the, that app, the Musician app?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but it's not the same as having like an actual instructor, like helping you out. So that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what made you decide to go full time?
It was a combination of a few things. We were in the midst of the pandemic, and teaching was, it had become very different for people in my specialty for music, PE, art classes, the specialty classes. And so it became kind of different where I was teaching half classes at the school. And then sometimes I'd be at home teaching. And so having the experience of being at home, being able to work from home and things like that, I was kind of bit by the bug. And I thought to myself, I was already teaching on the side. And I said, well, let me look at the numbers and see what it would be like if I were to, leave the job and how that would work for me. I was already enjoying the getting away from the teaching in the classroom setting. I enjoyed having the different age levels, experience levels, and all of that. That was really cool to be able to help someone who was a beginner, but who was, older in age and still who wanted to be able to, grow in their musical ability. It was just cool to be able to help different levels of experience. And so I looked at it. I said, well, you know what? Let me go ahead and talk this over with my wife. I think this is something I really want to do. So went to her, we worked it out, talked about it, and she was like, go for it. And I said, all right, let's do this. So I left the job. I didn't leave in the middle of the school year. I finished the school year out, and I put in my resignation. And then that was this past August, or in August, it'll be a year.
That is like such an awesome journey. And so on the show, I actually talked about overcoming self-doubt and, overcoming obstacles. In the show before this, I talked about being adaptable. So what did you have to work through mentally? And for people that are listening to the show who are thinking about, I really want to go full time with my business. What are kind of the mental things that you had to go through?
The certainty of where your money's coming from. So teaching is just like, it's as secure as the military. So people don't really leave the military unless they just really want to be able to do something different, or, you could literally stay there for 30 years and be secure in where your healthcare is coming from, check first and 15th is coming from, the whole nine. So the teaching profession is the same, where the everything is pretty much calculated. You don't necessarily have to do a lot of thinking about it. You set it up once and, plug and play from there. And so that piece, navigating through that, knowing that, okay, my business is going to really solely be based on my performance. Unlike teaching, where you're paid based on your degree, based on what it is that you've shown that you've already done, not based on your performance per se. And so knowing that this brand new business is something that people don't know I do, you're going to have to, become, you're going to have to become the brand. And that was a different way of thinking about things, because I hadn't had to do that before. For 15 years, I hadn't had to do that. The kids come to the school, they get taught. I don't have to put myself out there at all. But it's been a blessing. It's been a major blessing. Business has been really good. And it's a lot of business I get is through word of mouth, because I believe I really am good at what I do. And I enjoy what I do. I thoroughly enjoy helping others cultivate their musical talent, or even, let's say they don't believe they have a talent, just having them find what it is that they really enjoy musically. So that was the main thing. I think the money, and knowing and realizing that if you're going to do this, there is no halfway to do it. There's no, it's not a side gig anymore. This is now your business. And so all that comes to you is going to be based on the work you put in. And that was very, very much a different mindset.
And I think you touched on something I was going to ask. I was going to ask, how do you kind of put yourself out there? I know I live in Williamsburg, and so I have a son. He's 9 years old. He does not play any type of sport. And I'm like, hey, you have to do something that's going to help you build discipline, something that you could be committed to. And so we said, hey, when we bought our house, the owner left us a piano, said, let's try a piano lesson. So I literally just Googled and looked on Facebook and found somebody. So I know you said word of mouth, but do you find people, do they look you up on Facebook, or what other ways do people, reach out to you?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. Actually, that's how a lot of my clients have found me. I post basically every day. And I have a business page where I post my students playing or singing and things of that nature. And so when the clients see it, they'll share it, their friends will share it, and so forth and so on, the way Facebook is formatted. So it's helped me tremendously being on Facebook and being on, social media, period. That's helped a lot. Also, I have found that reaching out to people too. A lot of people, just recently, I've reached out to quite a few people just to let them know that I gave lessons, because the truth is people just don't know. Not everyone, believe it or not, is on social media. Or when they are, it's very, short here and there, moments throughout their day. Nobody, a lot of people aren't scrolling through social media on a regular basis. And so I found that when I reached out to them and just let them know, hey, these are my services. This is what I do. If you're interested, hit me up. And quite a few people said, wow, I didn't even know you did this. Let me go ahead and, save your contact information or can you give me some more information? And just recently, I actually got 2 clients based on that alone, just reaching out to people in my phone list and, letting them know what I do.
Have you seen your business grow a lot during the pandemic?
Wow. It was backwards. I thought that it would not, but it did for sure. I was very shocked. Not only that, I started the business in Hampton. We're in our home in Hampton when we lived over there, like the Hampton, Newport News line area. And we moved the summer of 2020 to our home in Smithfield. And I'm thinking, I had a pretty decent clientele in Hampton. It wasn't, I had enough for what I could do because I was still working in the school full time. So I had enough after work hours that, it filled up my time. And I'm thinking, man, with this move, I'm probably going to have, some people fall off because of that. Well, we move and the opposite happens. It really picked up. And I'm thinking to myself, man, I live out here. People aren't necessarily going to want to travel. People had no problem traveling. Of course, I got new clients who lived in this area too. And then because the pandemic hit, people were already used to doing Zoom and virtual everything. And so people didn't second guess when they said, I don't mind taking lessons and we can, do it virtually. It's no problem at all. When I first started teaching 15 years ago, when I was doing lessons on the side, nobody ever would have considered doing virtual vocal lessons or virtual drum lessons. I got clients all throughout the United States who do virtual lessons with me because of the pandemic and how common it made it. It's no longer off-putting to do a vocal lesson, virtually. A lot of people have at first began to question, well, will it be effective? Is it really something that I want to do? And I always tell people, it's not necessarily the lesson that's going to give you the most bang for your buck. It's the instructor. If the instructor knows what they're doing, they're competent, if they're skilled enough and knowledgeable enough, and what it is they're giving you, then you'll be able to learn it. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of whether or not you're face to face with me or you're virtual with me.
I think that was kind of one of the good things about the pandemic. I have a financial services business, and sometimes it would be so hard coordinating with clients after they get off work. They want to meet, but they don't want to meet. They're tired. So then when the pandemic happened, I'm like, hey, we can connect via Zoom. It's like my business grew so much because I'm like, you're at home anyway. It's not like we're really going anywhere right now. And so it was really a great thing. And I think we've seen that across a lot of businesses that really just kind of grew during the pandemic. And then, they're the area of their clientele opened up because they were starting to utilize, virtual options more and more.
So if you are just tuning in, you are listening to Emerge. I'm Tiffany Boyle with co-host Shayna Kemp Garnett, and we are talking with Ronald Quartz, owner of Quartz Academy, who is also going to teach me how to play the piano like I'm Beethoven. And he's going to help Shayna sing even better than she already sings. Maybe she'll sing a little something for us on the show, and you could give her some pointers. I don't want to call her out. But with that being said, Ronald, can you let our audience know how they can get in contact with you?
Yes. You can email me at quartzacademy@gmail.com. And I can send you the information that way. Or you can call. I have many people call me for my flyers and things like that. My number is 757-268-2637. That's 757-268-2637. On Facebook, I am Quartz Academy, and Instagram as well, Quartz Academy.
So what are your plans in the next few years? Do you have plans to emerge? Do you have plans to expand? Do you have plans just to stay the same? Let us know.
Okay. Yes, I do have plans to. So the ultimate goal in the next 5 years is to have at least 2 locations. So 2 set locations. But I want to have it be a set location for lessons or for private lessons. So voice, piano, drums, trumpet, saxophone, flute, tuba, you name it. Basically, you'll be able to come there to get private lessons. Especially during the school year when I know there are a lot of band students who want to take private lessons, but just don't know where to go. They don't have a private instructor who specializes in clarinet. So they can come to Quartz Academy for that. And then later on, also, I say 2 locations because I do want to expand to dance. I'd like to have, a dance academy as well. Now, I don't dance. I do a 2-step, but of course, I mean actual classical jazz tap dancing. I want to expand the business to that. And so those are my plans thus far.
All right. Now, before we let you go, we have one last question for you. And this is our signature question. And that is, what does the word emerge mean to you?
Emerge means, in my opinion, you letting go of the way that you've done things in order to become someone better, become someone greater, someone different, more effective than who you were before. That's what I hear when I hear the word emerge. I think everyone has the opportunity to do that. Most people don't take it because they don't realize it's just a decision. It's not as hard as what it's made to look like. It's not a 12-step program. It's not something that and I say this because I was once in a place where I wanted to, but I didn't take the leap to. And so once I decided to move from my teaching profession to owning my own business full time, I had to emerge. I had to think about, do I want to do this? Not just do I want to do it, but now knowing that it's going to be my full-time job, how can I effectively do it and be the very best version of myself that I can be? And so that whole process was just a decision. It wasn't a 12-step program. There wasn't someone to talk me into it. There was, all the fanfare and the excitement was there in the beginning. But like any entrepreneur knows, it doesn't stay there. So you got to have something that's going to consistently be your motivation, your guide. And when I hear emerge, that's what it means to me. I'm definitely a product of the word.
Thank you so much. I just think it's so amazing. And I'm so happy that you decided to take that leap, do your own business, and the impact that you're having on all the people you help is amazing. So I thank you so much. And I really thank you for being on the show. I learned a lot and I look forward to actually working with you in the future.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Did you just look down at your phone? You did it again, didn't you? You know, you're flying down the road in a 3-ton hunk of steel, and a text takes your eyes off the road for an average of 5 seconds. At 55 miles per hour, that's long enough to travel the length of a football field and cause some serious damage. Turn it off. Trust me, whatever it is, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextsstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Can I have your attention for a moment? Listen. Did you hear that? That was the sound of cancer cells being eradicated with proton beam therapy. If caught in time, a cancer diagnosis does not have to be a death sentence. It doesn't have to be painful, and it doesn't have to subject you to the many side effects of traditional radiation. The Hampton University Proton Therapy Institute invites you to live your life and let us fight your cancer with the most precise cancer treatment available. And now that precision is even sharper thanks to the addition of pencil beam scanning. PBS has treated over 1,800 patients and is only available in select proton facilities in the U.S. The actual treatment lasts 2 minutes or less. Remember this sound. A healthy, normal life can be yours again, cancer-free. Find out how. Call the Hampton University Proton Therapy Institute at 877-251-6838 now.
Someone once said, "Getting there is half the fun." From downtown to Old Town, Hampton Roads Transit and Go Past 365 connects you to entertainment, restaurants, friends. Go Past 365. Find out more at gopast365.com.
WHOV would like to thank HRT for its support of WHOV programming.
We are live outside the home of Joe and Rosie Goddard, where a pretty big tickle fight broke out just minutes ago. Sources say their father instigated the laughter. Let's go inside for a comment. Apparently, they have no comment. Dads, let this be a reminder that it only takes a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
I'm Deshana Kemp Garnett, and it's time for my 2 cents. Hello, Emerge family. I am back with another week of my 2 cents, and this is what I wanted to share with y'all today. I know probably last week, maybe the week before, Tiffany talked about being able to pivot as a result of an event we went to where it was, a beautiful event, beautiful people, wonderful vibes, but it was raining outside, and how, the people planning that event really had to pivot. So I want to share my personal story. As you all know, I have a financial services business, and right now I am preparing to go to Las Vegas for our convention. I'm sitting down, I'm having, an appointment with a client, and I get a text message to my phone asking me if I just made a particular purchase. And of course I did not. So I text no. They immediately locked the card and asked me to give them a call. I finished my appointment. I check my account and I see all these charges that I did not make. I give them a call. And so I'm talking with them on the phone, and they said, hey, there are a lot of charges here, just to be safe. We're just going to go ahead and close this out, close this card, cancel it, and we'll send you a new card in the mail. It'll take 7 to 10 business days.
Now, I'm going to be leaving to go to this Vegas convention in a lot less than 7 to 10 business days. So this was the card I was planning on taking with me, but I had to pivot. One of the things that I do as a business owner, I've talked about having an emergency fund. I make sure I save. Whenever I make any money from my business, I put some towards, my goals, some towards my emergency fund, some towards taxes. But one thing I also do for a lot of my expenses, for my normal expenses, just stuff every month stuff, that I need ink, I need this, I need that. I'll use, my business debit card. But outside of that, I use my business credit card because in events like this, if fraud happens, you can play with that credit card company's money, but you will not play with the money that I make. And so that's what happened. I was very fortunate that the fraud was on my business credit card and not my personal account. And that's just something I do. Whenever I'm trying to order something new for my business, or, if I'm looking at something I want to order from a company I haven't used before, I always do my best to research them. I look for reviews. I check with the Better Business Bureau. But hey, sometimes things happen. And there was a company that I recently ordered some things from. I found some good reviews. I thought I did my due diligence. I'm not saying it's directly connected, but I'm just saying it is a coincidence that, hey, I ordered from this company on Friday. I started getting some of my merchandise, and now I have fraud on my card. But hey, I'm going to pivot. I still have money for my emergency fund. One of the things I save for is a travel fund. A lot of the things I'm going for my business convention, I pay for in advance. So I'm still going to go out here. I'm still going to enjoy my business convention. I'm still going to, meet new clients. I'm going to hang with some of my business partners, and it's still going to be a good time. Me being prepared, me doing business the way I do, me looking at finance the way I do, me having fraud on this business credit card is not going to impact the things I had planned. So my 2 cents is just be financially prepared. You never know what's going to come up or what's going to happen in your business. You never know. This is something I did not plan for, but it's something I was absolutely prepared for. I am Deshana Kemp Garnett, and that is my 2 cents. Let's take a look at some regional and local activities. Ladies Around the Globe presents LAG 757 Fitness Fab and Fit every third Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. at Hampton, Virginia. For more information, visit www.ladiesaroundtheglobe.com. 1865 Brewing Emerge and RPEO presents Brew. Business Relationship Emerge Wednesday, business networking event with happy hour prices. Every fourth Wednesday from 5 to 7 p.m. at 1865 Brewing in Hampton, Virginia. The Emerge Awards and Premiere, the must-attend event of the year. Emerge presents a 3-day event all about entrepreneurs, Sunday, October 16th through Tuesday, October 18th, 2022. For more information, visit emergepremiere.com. A special thank you for the guests on today's show. To listen to today's show or past episodes, visit www.emergethemagazine.com.
Emerge yourself.